Hello everyone, we are from the elephant group consisting of myself, Esther R, Inovatif and Wachanamiladuna. We'll be present the material about language, folk and culture. What is language? A language is a structured system of communication. The structure of a language is its grammar and free component are its vocabulary. Languages are the primary means of communication of humans and can be conveyed through speech, sign, or writing. Four principal formulations concerning the relationship of language, thought, and culture. The first theory is speech is essential for thought. We must learn how to speak aloud, otherwise we cannot develop thinking. The second theory, language is essential for thought. In this case, we must learn language, how to process or understand speech. Otherwise, we cannot develop thinking. The third theory, language determines or shapes our perception of nature. The learning of language will determine or influence the way we perceive the physical world, visually, auditorily, etc. The fourth theory, language determines or shapes our worldview. In this case, the learning of language will determine or influence the way we understand our culture and the world. Thought is independent of language. That language is dependent on thought. And the function of language is to provide a means for the expression and communication of thought that was advocated by the philosopher. Speech is essential for thought. Proponents of the theory. The first proponent of this view hold that thought is a kind of behavior that originates from speech production. It is held by behaviorists who wish to get rid of mind and mentalism. The psychologists Watson, Skinner, and Sayers, the linguists Bloomfield and Lieberman, and the philosopher Ryle and Quinn. The simplest and most satisfactory view that thought is simply behavior, verbal or non-verbal, covert or overt. There are objects this theory. The first, children having no speech production can comprehend speech and think. The second, speech comprehension, which implies thought, develops before speech production in normal children. Simultaneously, speaking aloud while thinking about something different commonly occurs in everyday life. Telling a lie, meaning and thought occur without behavior. And the last is interpreting with language can be done. Each of these objections will now discuss in turn. Meaning and thought occur without behavior. Skinner suggests that behavioral, muscular, and granular in nature. A response can be basis of thought in addition to speech utterance. Their thinking was nothing more than a reflection or physical events in the body. So, they had begun to localize meaning and thought in the body. The major problem with this theory is that incorrectly predicts that a loss of thought or meaning will occur with damage or removal of body parts. While it is clear that neither control of the vocal approach nor of most of voluntary.
The development of the thought. The development of thought visit the development of language. As thought evolves, the child seeks to express those thoughts to others. Through speech understanding, the child develops a grammar and finds a means through speech production to provide meaningful speech. Through speech understanding, speech production. Culture. Culture is the characteristic and knowledge of a particular group of people, encompassing language, religion, cuisine, social habits, music, and arts. Language determines or shapes our cultural worldview. Proponents of the theory, Saber, Rolf, Gorszewski, and others clearly claim that the language system does provide a view and influence of culture and society. And
That's all we can explain about language, thought, and culture. Hopefully, useful for all of us. And thanks for your attention.